Hello, and welcome to Sweeney Pat Shut It Slag News. Today's news headlines. The first illegal migrant penguin hits the shores of Australia. The UK is set to get a shed load of snow. And finally, our Cub Scouts are learning about Billy the non-binary butterfly and Sam the cisgender dog. I'll tell you what, Dave, sometimes I wonder if any story that is different is just a slight break from the delectation of demented decline through self-inflicted dementia. What was the question again? You slag! You slag! So, you care slags, worse than you, the idea that 8-year-old boys in Cub Scouts will need to learn about sex or gender pronouns is pretty ridiculous. Then using pronouns for aspects of nature instead of science is just someone having a jumping jihadi giraffe when they should be in a padded cell because they're all 6s and 7s. Leslie the ladybird uses the pronouns she, her, though she might be a dyke. That's in next week's lesson. Billy, the non-binary butterfly, I'm unsure of those pronouns. Could it be it or thing? I mean, come on, Dave. This butterfly's only on the planet for a fortnight. He didn't even get a Brighton. And as for this canine clan, Sam, the cisgender dog clan, I'd never heard of the word cisgender until a small, needy group of unstable clans within a certain community started openly demanding that everybody talks about what they do with the mashy niblets. Robert Baden-Powell said about his aims when he founded the Scouts back in 1907. Around about dinner time, he was having oops. But this goes further than that. The organisation's website also advises children to alter their daily language. Of course, this isn't about learning a bit of the old El Franco. Brother and sister should be degendered to sibling, mum and dad to parents. Of course, you know the anti-slag answer to all of the above. Shut it! In other news, it's set to snow next week in the UK, so if you were worried that it may be a bit nippy in the overhyped, overextended run-up to Christmas, just to let you know that those with no heating will rapidly become cryogenically frozen due to a bitter slag wind from Scandinavia, and with the help from Auschwitz overseer Kia, Daddy was a toolmaker. And speaking of chilling settings, it seems that this issue with large-scale immigration is now applying to penguins, not the chocolate bar. Yes, the start of the penguin immigrant invasion is now underway, as they are sick of their standard of living in the Arctic and are looking forward to starting a new life paid for by the government in Australia after swimming 2,100 miles to the land down under. So, for that penguin, put another shrimp on the barbie. Oh no, I mean crustacean, not little people. Continuing on, a rowdy Ryanair flight sees passenger urinating in plain aisle before arrest. I suppose it saves him doing it out the window. And what of the future of all this madness? Well, we look no further than the bashing of Donald Trump. The lefties have been crying in their oat and almond milk, asking the question, how did they fail to beat a twice impeached former president, a felon, a fascist, a bigot, a buffoon, a demented old man? Sorry, who's this again? The Lefty Party tell all their people that things are pretty much fine, if not downright great in Biden's America. Pundits scolded voters for freaking out over high prices, telling them the economy as a whole was booming because everything cost so bleeding much, and falsely insisted there was no migration crisis at the southern border. And yet Australia is having to house penguins in hotels and feed them Vegemite sandwiches, would you Adam and Eve? Furthermore, there is the bum McFluffery that counter-strikes the arguments on the horrors of gender transitions for children with being a transphobe, along with the old classic of white skin is inherently problematic, under the banner of supremacy. My favourite. Everybody with common sense is racist, and right-wing people in power who fight the system are fascist. Everyone should have an hobby. And in the game of good and bad, everyone has some kind of mental health issue, especially those who do real harm to innocent people. If Trump can strip away the bull of trivial woke red tape and achieve something in his term of office, then fair play to him. And now, a final word that despite UK national government being maladjusted, mistrusted and many other nuanced failings, let's not forget local government. and in particular Walsall Council, on this important day that is Remembrance Day, a time to respect the old and educate the young. An 85-year-old volunteer litter picker was sent a fine of £150 for littering because he forgot to pick up his walking stick and a cushion in a car park where he went on his daily walk and litter pick. I've been Sweeney Pat on Shut It Slag News. Ta-ra.
So basically, what had happened, you've gone for a walk here in Longwood Lane with John here.
This is our regular walk.
Yeah, this is your regular walk that you do all the time.
We all go together.
And you got your walking stick, and you got a bag with a cushion in that you used to sit on, hadn't you?
Yeah.
But you stop off and have a sit down on your cushion.
Have a cup of coffee in there.
And then you came back to the car, and then you were sorting the boot out, and you put the bag and the stick on the floor, and while you're sorting your boot out.
Of the car.
And then you accidentally drove off and left your stick in the bag.
That's the one, yeah.
And then what's happened since? You've had a letter from the council.
Well, I found up and the one man said, if you put your bag on the ground, you've tucked it away.
So basically, you've had a fine. You've had a fixed penalty for littering.
Yeah,
because you left your stick and your cushion on the floor.
The man who's done it, the other one, is going to find me back. Ridiculous. Well, that's the old way of saying no.
Yeah. And so how much is the fixed penalty for? What you got to pay?
£150.
£150
for 14 days.
for leaving your stick and a cushion on the floor by your car.
You never even got a stick back.
Crikey.
You slag! You slag!